Hi everyone, this is Eva from the University of Toronto. I have been working with Ingres Geospatial as an undergraduate Capstone open source project for the 2009 fall semester. I have made this little video which will walk you through the steps of compiling the Ingres Geospatial code along with the library geos on a 32-bit Linux environment as a non-root user. If you want to compile a code on Ubuntu, there are extra steps that you need to follow, which are on the wiki page under Ingres Geospatial Community. Before proceeding to the steps in this video, you should have the following dependencies. They are the CRC as headers and libraries, packs, jammed, and PEM default. They're either installed by the root or as a non-default location. For root users, you can obtain those dependencies that is mentioned before by typing this line here. apt-get install the libraries, packs, jammed, and pendef. As for non-root users, you can determine if you have those dependencies that I mentioned before, such as xerces, by typing locate xerce. And if you have that installed, then it should list you with something. The environment that I'm using here is a server which has an operating system that lists to Debian 32-bit. And I have xerces 2.8 libraries and headers, rather than the default setting in the Ingres code, which is 2.7. Now we are moving on to compiling the code. First, we will need to download the GEOS library using wget. And the version of the GEOS that we are getting here is 3.2.0. And we extract it. And then do a configuration. Since you are installing as a non-root user, that's why we want a prefix to configure that into a non-default location. The configuration takes a sec to be done. Okay. So now we'll make the code. After waiting for around 5 to 10 minutes, then the build successfully built. You may be wondering why there are like nothing to be done for or like nothing to be done for whatever. So just ignore those because some of the libraries may not be depended by the geospatial code. So if you want to turn them on during configuration, please feel free to do it. But I would say the geospatial code wouldn't need those libraries to start off. So after you do the make, then you do the make install. And this will install the geos library for you. Next, we shall pull the code from the geospatial SVN repository. This checkup can take a while, so we can skip to the back. Now that we have successfully checked out the code from Geospatial repository, next we want to get the C and C++ compiler to pick up the non-default locations for our GEOS headers and libraries. We want to do the following three things. The first one will be the GEOS libraries location, and then the second one will be the GEOS headers location. The third one is the location of the LD library. Now that if you have a different version of XCRC like I do, then you may want to do the following. Go to Geospatial and change your variable name for the XCRCES, which is under source, tools, port, jammed, and which is in the BLD env file. This is where the environment will be set up default. So now we can run the runbuild.sh just to make sure that it is executable. Now that you can see the results by using the command above. After waiting for around 15 or 20 minutes, depends on how fast your machine is. For mine, it took around 50 minutes. Yeah, because there are like 10,000 targets to be built. And that's it. So please feel free to consult the Ingres community on IRC or check my blog at iowa.blogspot.com if you run into any roadblocks along the way. Good luck!